guys, Bridgette Mayer here. I'm back again for more great content. And I just want to thank everyone for your comments on my social media, around my last video, on how to write a press release, and on how doing this can really transform your career. So if you need to review that, please do, but I'm gonna do a recall on my top tips. So if you'll recall, my top tips that I shared with you on how to do this are, number one, make your press release headline interesting, catchy, and something where when someone reads it, they want to know more and read more about what you're up to. So that was my first tip for you from the last video. My second tip was to make the press release, if you can, one page, and try not to go over 2 pages. If you have a lot of information, which we often do, we get them to a page and a half. So that's tip number 2. Tip number 3 was share the meat of what you're writing about in a clear, concise way, and make sure you cover the who, what, where, when, how, and why. It's amazing how often we forget to do what's the simplest. And then number 4, have an attractive graphic that highlights or covers the point of what you're sharing. Share your best work. Don't save it for later. Get it out there. You want people to see your best work. And then my tip number 5 was to send it to the right people. And I also shared with you in the last video, I was a lot like you when I started my gallery business at 26 years old and wanted to create a successful career in the arts. I was broke, I was frustrated, and I was starting to think that all the people who told me I would not make any money staying in the arts were correct. It was a really tough time for me, and I just remember being broke and frustrated. Those were my 2 words at that time. What has happened for me over the past 21 years has been incredible. And I am sharing this with you so you know who's in front of you teaching you. I have sold art from $500 up to $5 million. I have been featured on Anderson Cooper 360 as a top young business owners. I have grown my email list and client list from 0 people to over 7,000 quality people during the course of my business. I have sold and curated millions of dollars of art programs. I've been on both sides of the table as a curator and as someone that's selecting artists for programs. I own the building my gallery operates in. I have other real estate, which has become a source of revenue for me. I have worked on museum exhibitions and with museums on purchasing art over many, many years now. We've had headline reviews and articles on the gallery over many years, and I have sold close to $30 million of art and have made multiple 6 figures. So if there's anything you want to know or need to know to learn on how to grow a successful art career, I am a person that you need to talk to and learn from. And because of my passion in helping artists, I now have written 3 books. One's behind me, The Modern Artist Way. I've written an entire course curriculum on how to be a successful artist called Art MBA. That's on my website at bridgettemeyer.com. And now I continue to teach on topics that artists need to learn to grow their careers. And, you know, sometimes people don't want to share this information. People tend to covet information in the art world. I'm on the other side of that. I don't need to worry about things I now want to share with you. So one thing that artists have continued to tell me when I work with them, as they don't really have an email list and have kind of blown it and not really developing this for some of them over an entire career or many years, is that they don't have a list. And some of you are so frustrated by this that you use this frustration energy to keep you from even starting this task. So today, I'm going to talk with you about how you can easily and quickly build your list to help you find clients and opportunities in your art career. And if your attitude is, it's too late, or what's the use, you need to put that aside and get started with me on this all-important journey of working on your email and your mailing list. And I'll just be honest, I've met younger artists or, you know, artists that are still early in the marketplace, and they've decided that they don't need an email list and that they're going to put all their attention on social media, on Instagram and Facebook, and that will make up for a lack of not having an email list. And I'm here to tell you that although perhaps some of you have had success marketing on social media and you've sold art and you've had great things come out of it, which is great, you do not have control of those sites and the people you might be connecting with on social media, as Instagram and Facebook can change their algorithms at any time. They can even shut down at any time. And if that's where you're putting all your marketing energy, I call it putting all your eggs in one basket, you're missing out. I think of social media and my business as the backup, and not the main event. You're going to start seeing a shift in this because now people are realizing it's not the main event. So my gallery utilizes our email and mailing lists to do 100% of the heavy lifting of connecting in with clients and updating them. And I also coach artists on how to do the same. Here are my top reasons on why you need to create and utilize an email list or a mailing list. To have control over your marketing and not give it up to other sites that can change or disappear, taking your entire following with them. You don't own your following on these public sites. They might keep up with you, but that could change at any time. 2, to be able to send out direct emails and communication to your list, speaking with them in a personalized way that is custom to how you would like to connect in with them. For example, if you have someone that is interested in a particular type of work that you make, you can send them a very personal and connective email one-on-one, letting them know you have that new work. You can send them examples and offer them something like the first preview. People love this type of connection and communication. It makes them feel taken care of. It makes them feel unique. And that's one great reason why to do this. 3, you can also create beautiful content that goes directly to someone's inbox and get real-time results on who is opening your information and where they're looking or clicking. You can also continue to cultivate this list and following over many years, which can eventually result in a sale. And I was thinking there's so many examples I have of this. I wanted to share an example with you of this happening. So we participated in the Miami Art Fair early on when it started, and we've now done 15 of the fairs in Miami. One of my focuses besides selling art at these fairs and making up my expenses is having quality communications with people that are attending and with the right folks, adding them to our email list and our mailing list. Well, I met a wonderful man, collector at one of the fairs who loved one of the artists in our booth, but he ended up not buying anything. We had a great conversation, and after about 40 minutes of chatting, he ended up not buying anything. I asked him if I could get his email address and mailing address and keep him updated on news and information about the artists he liked. He said, absolutely, but that he doesn't buy art too often. He kind of tempered it with that. Yeah, keep me updated, but I don't buy that often. Well, I had him on our email list and our mailing list for almost 10 years. And we had a show by the artist that he had liked. He got a card and got an email, and he called the gallery after getting this information, and he happened to love the image on our direct mail marketing piece, our exhibition card, and he decided to buy it. So what did this cost me to make this sale? The sale was around $6,000. What did it cost me? $1 to mail and send the card to him. I had one quality conversation at the fair, kept him on my email and mailing list. After many years, he finally saw something that he liked, and he purchased a work of art. So it was a win-win. One of the benefits of email marketing is that it's cheap and effective, and if you know how to do it correctly, you can have great results. Now, some of you are saying, well, I don't go to art fairs to meet people, so how can I build my list? So my first tip, and this is what I did many years ago, is to start with who you know. Some of you don't even do this. Look at everyone and anyone that you know in your life, anyone you've ever had a conversation with about art, and start your list with them. When I started my first email list in 2001, I added family, friends, college professors, artists, critics that I research, and art consultants. And those came from me doing my research. So you can add to your network through researching online. I like to think about who I would like to purchase art, and then I go through and add them to my email list. When I was thinking of all the possible people who might be art buyers or supporters in 2001, when I opened without much of a list, the first people on my list were art consultants, interior designers, and architects. I knew that they were buying art and placing art in projects, and I knew that was a great starting point. I also didn't just add them to my list. I sent them a brief and personalized email telling them who I was, what I was doing. I attached a few artwork examples, and I asked if I could add them to my email list and mailing list and send them occasional updates. Almost all said yes. For the ones that said no, now what I do is still follow them on social media and keep up with them, but I don't add them because they asked me not to. I do what I coach others to do, and now I have a staff that does this work for me. I just did a quick test to see how long it might take to start this exercise. I Googled top interior designers Philadelphia. I found one in a list that I did not know. I looked up her website. I saw she had art hanging in her projects on the walls, in her photos, which is always a good sign. I looked up her contact, got her email, and then I sent her a very short email intro. I attached a PDF of some examples, and then I asked her if I could add her to our email list to send her occasional updates and newsletters. I will wait to get a reply, and from there, if it is a positive yes, I will add her to our email and mailing list. And how long did this take me? Well, 1 minute to Google and find a list of interior designers, 1 minute to read the list and see a name that I did not recognize, 1 minute to look at her website and see her project photos with art and find her email, and probably 2 to 3 minutes to draft an email. Yes, I'm very efficient. I like efficiency in my work. So this took me around 5-6 minutes. Some of you might take you 10 minutes. If you make this a fun ritual and practice, you can and will build your list. Trust me. Anyone and everyone that I meet and talk to gets added to my email list and mailing list, and I always try to ask if I can add them. You would be surprised once you focus on this, how many people you talk to or get emails from that you have never added to your email list or have considered adding. So really go through this and take it seriously. I have to say, I love when I do go out to events or meet people, I love exchanging or getting business cards, as it becomes an easy reminder for me to do this work. And I coached an artist who worked on this for 30 days because she didn't have much of a list. I gave her the setup that I'm giving you now. She worked on this for 30 days and added just over 100 people to her list in 30 days. Every day, she added 4 people to her list and scheduled 25 minutes every morning on her schedule to do this task. She got so excited by the result. She also had a sale that she decided over 12 months she was going to add 100 people a month and 1,200 people to her email list. So the other thing you can do is look at Instagram to see what people are posting with projects, and you can keep up with them. I will then research them on their websites and I'll add them that way. Let's say, for example, that you're interested in doing a public art project. You can go on Instagram and type that name, public art, and a list of images that has been tagged public art will come up. This is a great way to keep building your network. And again, I just did this on Instagram. I typed in public art. I found a company within 30 seconds that I was not aware of. I jumped on their website, got their email, and we'll be sending them a list of public art images by some of my gallery artists. It is that simple. So those are my top tips on how to build your email and mailing list effectively. There's no tricks. It's very straightforward and it's effective. Now what you end up sending them and how you create your marketing and your newsletters is another topic. And some of you are going to say, well, I don't have the time to do this. And as I've illustrated, It can literally take you as little as 5 to 7 minutes, 10 minutes to find a new contact to add to your list. And for people you already know that you've never added, even less time. You do have the time, and I know this for myself. We all blow time that is not productive on stupid stuff like social media, scrolling through stuff. I love movies, so sometimes I just waste time watching movies at night because I'm tired, do mindless stuff. But if you're focused, you can literally schedule in 20-minute segments once a day or weekly. And trust me, just like the artist I coach, it's gonna feel exciting to you once you see your email list numbers climb and grow, and once you start getting responses back from people you are reaching out to that don't know you yet. There's nothing better than someone saying, wow, your art looks great. Thanks for your email. I look forward to working with you. So this is how you grow your network. Don't wait for people to come to you. You got to go to them. You got to put yourself out there and be proactive. And if you follow my coaching in this video, you will see results, and I want to hear about it. So in the next week, I'm going to be sharing a live event that I'm putting on Saturday, September 11th. It's virtual online. It will be recorded for people that can't make it or make all of it. You're going to have a chance to learn from an artist who started with 0 emails and built her list into the hundreds of thousands. And she's gonna share how she did it in an easy way and how she continues to cultivate and grow her community. I'm also looking to share with you in my next session how you can start leveraging your list and research to start attracting museum contacts and high-level contacts. Some of you have written me and said, I want to keep reaching more clients. So this process that I'm coaching you through is leading you there. And if you do want, I have a free sales and marketing checklist on my website. It's free. Just go to bridgettemeyer.com, click it, you can download it and print it. This is what I follow in my business. This is what I coach artists with. There's no tricks, very straightforward. So have a great day and get to work being the CEO of your art career. It's up to you to really drive this progress. And some of you are literally sitting back saying, I'm waiting to be discovered. One of the things that I do not do is I don't wait for anyone. So don't sit back, get proactive. Take the tips I just gave you with this video, schedule some time, do it over the next week. And you know what? Jump on social media, give us your feedback. We're gonna be sharing these videos on at Bridgette Mayer _ArtMBA. I wanna hear what happens, and have a great week, you guys. Keep working hard, and I believe in you.